The second is partnership, promiscuously. Partner with others, network, network, network. You can't do it all yourself. The ability to bring the different team members who are mutually exclusive in their skills by collectively inclusive to achieve the vision of the organization. And so that links us to management. Remember, forecasting, planning, organizing, command, control, coordinating. If you're going to manage, you're going to forecast, you're going to plan. If you're going to lead, you can't do everything yourself. I mean, take for example this lecture. I don't do the video editing. I do, when I have a script, I do the script. Obviously I do the ad-libs. I decide what to film, when to film. I decide on angles. I decide on headshots, different perspectives. I decide on the course. But I don't decide on everything. If I include clips, yes, that's my decision, but from YouTube videos. But I didn't make those YouTube videos. And for this course, there are a number of unusual things included in this course that you won't find in other leadership courses elsewhere. Just a little nudge. And so bring in others. Yes, delegate, but partner promiscuously. Get other people to provide their essential skills. Yes, you could do it yourself, but think how much time that would take. And anyway, they'd be better at it than you are. Think about comparative advantage when we're talking about international trade. Yes, I'm a country, I can make more of one product than you can, more of another product than you can, but it still makes sense for you to make one of those products and me to make the other. Specialization, Ricardo, international trade. So, back to the 28 business thinkers. Appreciate the people who are helping you, the willingness and the attitude to recognize, to reciprocate the contributions of associates. Yeah, okay, they are contributing skills to your business. But what about the contribution of employees? Oh, well, we pay them anyway, so why do we have to give them anything extra? Because employees may come up with good ideas. Maybe your business has a suggestion scheme, and even if it doesn't, an employee may notice something and mention it to a managing director or mention it to his team leader, not for any personal benefit. Perhaps they have pride in working for that particular company, but also to reciprocate the contribution of customers. But customers just buy the product. Well, you could say that marketing is the selling of goods that don't come back to people that do. Not to complain, but to buy more goods. Now maybe a customer is using something in particular and thinks of a better way of doing it, but lacks the full interest, resources or knowledge to do it themselves, so writes in and say, why don't you? Or have you ever considered doing? I know in a recent educational announcement, I asked everybody, that's 182,000 students, something like 500,000 enrollments. I put an educational announcement out saying, what would you leave out of this course? What would you add on to this course? I was asking them for ideas. Sometimes when people enroll, I say, what are your favorite areas of study? Now, of the potentially 180,000 or potentially 500,000 students who might have seen that educational announcement, only 3 replied, and none of them said to delete any of the lectures. But there was one person about a year ago on an economics course, he was called Daniel, or he is called Daniel, and he made some suggestions. And I incorporated all of them. And if you are in the economics course, 86 hours, very good value for money, then it's called the Daniel effect. And I thought of a lecture beginning with D and A and N and I and E and L, and that's how I recognized him, or I recognized his contribution. Another student called Astrid made a suggestion about something, so I renamed a lecture, the Astrid effect. Another one on my art therapy, 106 hours, good value for money. Another one on my art therapy course, there's something called the Miranda effect. So recognize the contribution made by students on Udemy, of course, or by instructors making suggestions to Udemy. If we're talking about a different business, recognize the contribution of partners, recognize the contribution of suppliers, of employees, even of competitors inadvertently, of customers, especially if they complain and say why. So recognize all those contributions